Trump will panic on tariffs. If 1.4 billion Indians follow Modi's call. Just imagine. Tomorrow morning you open the newspaper and in bold letters it reads, India has started boycotting American companies. Suddenly, questions flood your mind. Is this really possible? Can 1.4 billion Indians truly unite against American brother? And if that happens, what will become of those 30 US companies that have penetrated every Indian household? From mobiles to Maggi, from clothes to cold drinks. If all those American brothers vanish from India overnight, will the US economy begin to tremble? The very question is so big that it could stir shockwaves from Washington to Wall Street. US President Donald Trump has imposed a unilateral 50% tariff on India. What's shocking is that while China, America's biggest rival, was hit with only a 34% tariff, India got slapped with a direct 50% blow. India called it unfair. And now, this is no longer just about tariffs. It has become a story of India's economic identity, self-reliance, and global politics. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has repeatedly declared from public platforms, be vocal for local. In other words, reject foreign brother and embrace Indian products. But the real question is, if this time 1.4 billion people truly take his words to heart, what will happen to American companies in India? Today, we'll dive deep into this subject. But before that, if you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe so you always get the updates of our latest videos first. So let's begin today's discussion without any delay. Let me tell you, the empire of American companies in India is no small affair. From Amazon to Apple, Microsoft to Google, Pepsi to Coca-Cola, and McDonald's to Nike, American giants have built a strong grip across every sector. E-commerce, IT, social media, banking, fast food, FMCG, clothing, watches, medicines, you name it, and America has a presence there. In every Indian kitchen, in every wardrobe, in every pocket, in every smartphone. Somewhere, American companies are beating like a pulse. And that is why, if India chooses to retaliate, the weight will fall directly on America's chest. Take Amazon, for example. This US giant has penetrated 97% of India's PIN codes, almost reaching every household. Millions of people shop from it daily. If, from tomorrow, Indian consumers switch from Amazon to Flipkart, Myntra, Tata Cliq, or Reliance Digital, Amazon India's business could collapse like a house of cards. And this loss won't remain limited to India. The shockwaves will be felt all the way in America. Now consider Apple. The iPhone has become a status symbol in India. For Apple, India is the world's biggest emerging market. Recently, the company has even expanded its production within India. But at the end of the day, it's still an American company. If Indian consumers turn their backs on Apple and shift towards Samsung, OnePlus, Xiaomi, or Indian-made smartphones, the blow will hit not just Apple, but directly the US economy itself. Who doesn't know the names Google and Microsoft? Today, every Indian uses Google search, relies on Android, and sends emails through Gmail. Microsoft's Windows and Office software run on nearly every computer in the country. If India tightens its data policies or starts promoting local alternatives, the earnings of these tech giants would drop significantly. At social media, Facebook, now Meta, and X, formerly Twitter, dominate the space. Millions of Indians spend hours on these platforms every day. If the Indian government begins promoting digital indigenous options like Co-app or ShareChat, and people start adopting them, Meta and excess advertising revenue will take a direct hit. The FMCG sector is practically an American stronghold. PepsiCo, Coca-Cola, Procter & Gamble, Johnson & Johnson, Colgate, Kellogg's, Mars, Mondelez, you name it, and you'll realize how many American products we consume daily. Every Indian household has something: Colgate toothpaste, Tide detergent, a pack of kurkure, Maggi, or a Cadbury chocolate. But if Indian consumers decide to shift towards desi alternatives like Patanjali, Amul, Hamdard, ITC, Marico, and Parle, the very foundation of these US giants could be shaken. And in the fast food sector, American dominance is even stronger. McDonald's, KFC, Domino's, Pizza Hut, Starbucks, these companies earn billions in India. But if India clamps down on them, and consumers return to local giants like Haldiram's, Bikaji, Sarvana Bhavan, or even traditional Indian street food like chaat and pakoras, these American heavyweights could crumble in no time. In the world of lifestyle and fashion too, American companies have won the hearts of Indian youth. Nike, Levi's, Skechers, Fossil, Gap, Guess, these brands have already secured a place in the wardrobes of millions of young Indians. But if people turn away from them and instead embrace Khadi, Fab India, Reliance Trends, Tata's West Side, or even homegrown startups, these American brands won't be able to survive in India. Now the question is this really possible? Will Indian consumers actually do this? Prime Minister Modi's repeated call to adopt Swadeshi is not just an emotional appeal. It can also become a strategic weapon. If India takes this path, America will face not only an economic blow, but also a diplomatic setback. The trade relationship between India and the US is massive. In 2024, the total trade between the two countries reached $132 billion US. India exported $87 billion worth of goods and imported about $45 billion. In other words, the balance is in India's favor. And that is exactly why, if India hits American companies, the effect will directly ripple through the US economy. History is proof that whenever India has chosen the path of Swadeshi, it has shaken global powers. Remember Mahatma Gandhi's Swadeshi movement, the boycott of foreign clothes, and the spinning wheel campaign dealt one of the biggest economic blows to British rule. Today, that story can be repeated. But this time, the opponent is America. If 1.4 billion Indians together decide that they will not shop from Amazon, won't drink Pepsi or Coke, will choose Haldiram's and local street food over McDonald's and Domino's, and will pick Indian smartphone brands instead of Apple, then the very roots of American companies in India will be shaken. And the shock would be so big that it could even shift the politics of Washington. But here comes a warning. This path is not easy. American companies in India don't just sell products. They also provide employment to millions of Indians. Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Apple, all of their offices employ lakhs of Indian workers. Thousands of people work in the factories of Pepsi and Coke. McDonald's and Domino's outlets provide jobs to young Indians, which means boycotting American companies will not only hurt the US, but could also impact jobs and livelihoods in India. That's why the government must act not emotionally, but strategically. India can.
If our video has taught you something new, do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources, news from various news agencies, opinion polls and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.